Jennifer Albin, artist, owner at Soul Whisper Arts, for those of you who don't know me, and I wanted to officially welcome you to my YouTube and my very first vlog. So good morning, I'm here in my studio, and it's really weird. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to look. But it's Monday, and it's June 9th, 10th, 11th, it's June 12th, and I wanted to take some time today to post my very first vlog. And the reason that I wanted to do this is because I wanted to take some time to be able to connect more with more people and just share this creative business journey. And so what I wanted to talk about today was my first year in business, full-time as an artist. I transitioned from substance abuse counseling, and it's been an eye-opening journey. And so I think that the most important thing I would have to say that I've learned, and that's what I wanted to talk about today, is the most important thing that I've learned. And what that is that the number one thing that has gotten in my way in this past year has been myself. And what I mean by that is that what I am learning is that it doesn't matter how much art I sell or the bills that I'm able to pay, there is still this voice in my head that consistently tells me that I'm not good enough. And that, my friends, is the number one thing that gets in the way. It's the inner critic. Because it doesn't matter how much success I may have, it's always there. And it causes me to compare a lot, and it causes me just a lot of bullshit. And it kind of makes me miss out on the good stuff that's happening. It's hard to rejoice in a sale when you have this voice in the back of your head that constantly tells you that you're not good enough. So in learning that, what I've realized is that what I need to do is just show the fuck up anyway. The voice is going to be there. I would get upset and think that I wasn't where I'm supposed to be in terms of my spiritual progress and my emotional progress, my self-esteem, and that's also bullshit. It's not going to go away. The goal is to get it to be smaller, to get the voice to sound smaller each time
from the creative act
that I put a piece of art out. So that, I think that's been the number one lesson, because how I feel about myself and my art, I think, really impacts how people receive it. And so that's what I'm working on, is getting out of my own way, embracing my style, embracing my gifts, because here's the thing, I'm not a trained artist. I'm not one of those fortunate people that got to explore art as a child. I wasn't surrounded by artists. I was surrounded by chaos. And art for me became a means to start to process some of that as I got older. So I didn't really, I always dabbled when I had time as a kid, which wasn't often. I made a lot of dioramas out of shoe boxes. But I never really drew, and I never painted, and art was never something that I thought of pursuing. It just kind of saved my ass. And then I found that I really couldn't find myself doing anything else. I thought I'd be a counselor forever. So that also gets in my way, this idea that, well, you're not trained, you've never gone to school, you have no credentials, you have no credibility, but that's also bullshit. Life put me through school, and it's time that I really just embrace my style and embrace where my art comes from. Remember last week I had put up a Facebook post where I talked about that my goal is no longer to make fine art, it's to make heart art, and sharing how that was such a big fucking weight off my shoulders, and it is, and it continues to be, and I have to continue to remind myself that I am not creating art and worrying about proportion and lines. I'm just creating art because I need to. Because I need to express myself, because it helps me heal, and for some reason there are people that resonate with it. So that's what I'm making art for. And so yeah, so those are the things that's the main thing that's really gotten in my way, is me. And my belief in myself, and my belief in my work. And I'm continuing to chip away at that, recognizing that that'll always probably be an issue. So I think it's pretty cool that that can be there and we show up anyway. I think that takes a special sort of courageousness and bravery. It's not really hard to do something that you're good at. It doesn't really require taking a lot of risk or pushing yourself. I think it takes a lot to do something that you're uncomfortable with, that you're not really sure, but you just kind of driven to do it. And that's how I feel about the art. And I don't regret it at all. I don't think I'll ever regret jumping into this full time. And I remember learning as a counselor, we had this amazing art therapist, and he invited me to do art therapy with my group one day. And as counselors, we did group therapy 4 days a week, and then we had like one paperwork day where our group would go and do art therapy. And so he invited me to come in one day, and I came in, and he always talked about how our approach to art indicates how we approach life. And I remember doing this exercise where we had to follow the lines of the room. And he would then kind of hold up each person's picture and analyze it and kind of say what areas it appeared that they needed to address, to work on in order to move forward in their recovery. And I remember when he pulled my picture up, and he completely pulled my card in front of the whole group, and I never went back, but he was completely on point. And so that's why I also refuse to give up on this process, because that stuck with me. The way that we approach art is the way that we approach life. So I've been able to figure out where I get stuck. I've been able to figure out what my strengths are, and I've been able to figure out what gets in my way. And I think that one thing kind of gets in my way in a lot of areas, because our worthiness affects every facet of our life, our relationships, our parenting, our work life, our spiritual life. So that's the biggest thing. And if I could offer you anything, it would be get out of your own way. It's okay if the voice is there. You don't have to listen to it, because there's two voices I found. There's the one that tells me I'm not good enough, and then there's the one that tells me that I am good enough just because that's the way God made me. And I decide each day which one I'm going to listen to more. And there are days that I listen to that shitty voice more, and there are days that I listen to that wise voice, that soul whisper. That's where the name of my business comes from. So that's the biggest lesson, and I hope that this helps you. If you identify, let me know. And that's it. Wow, I did my first vlog. It's another way to shoot down that voice, because it tells me I have no business vlogging. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. And this is me getting out of my own way. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I will at some point figure out where the hell I'm supposed to be looking at. But that's it. Bye.